vibe coding language? Why is vibe coding coming up and why it's a potential solution? Not being able to talk to computers is a big problem, and a lot of people are trying it, but they can't. The problem needs a solution, and maybe vibe coding is a reflection of that. The main problem that Elon was trying to solve with connecting the mind to computers was the input to output of what we can do to talk to a computer. The problem with us talking to computers is that we don't speak the same language. That frustration that you can't talk to a computer properly or you don't feel heard by a computer is felt by a lot of non-programmers, and this is a problem. Vibe coding, a solution? Why do we even have to type a word, a syntax, before we communicate something? And when we're referencing something, why do we have to type a bunch of stuff? Why don't we use emojis? No, seriously. Why don't we use symbols to type complex ideas in a faster way so a computer can recognize? There are several ways that a new language will be developed. Maybe it's the first vibe coding language. Is that the next step to no code? What does a new language look like? Let's talk about the three aspects of what good programming language will look like, or general language that everybody can use to talk to a computer. Let's call that a vibe coding language. Number one, it should be language. It should be entrenched in culture. It has to be popular with the kids. Not everybody thinks in English. Some languages are more rhythmic, some are more grammatically incorrect. Number two, inputs. It could be multimodal, meaning not just have to be written by keyboard. It could be done by mouse. It could be done by touch. It could be done by voice. It can be done by putting something in, like an image. So number two, modality and input. Number three, symbols and expressions. We want to communicate complex ideas faster. And the only way to do that is to condense our ideas into smaller text. So instead of typing print with 5 clicks of keyboard, we might use an emoji. If we want to use terminate, we use the stop emoji. If it fails, we put an X emoji. When we're trying to reference something, we use a different emoji. Maybe for spaces, for tabs, for colons, semicolons, for brackets, we might use different symbols. What would a good vibe coding language look like for you? Would you draw it? Would you speak it? Would you think it? I want to hear from you. What do you think are good symbols to use for a vibe code?